this Anna Kasparian thing is very strange, man. The left is going through a meltdown, but she was based though. I think she was based.
Now, neither the identity of the attacker or his victims have been released yet, but the suspect, apparently homeless, had been sentenced in a criminal case just a few months ago, the Democratic mayor, Eric Adams, said, without giving further details. The suspect lives at the Bellevue Men's Shelter, and he, in fact, had 8 prior arrests.
What do they mean by the Democratic mayor? Meaning that he leans left, but he's the mayor of New York, right? I think this is what it is, right? Because I know him as the mayor of New York. From what I hear, is a little bit of an idiot. But what do I know, obviously? But yeah, okay, so that must mean that.
Today's video, Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks reports on crime and mental health in New York. Anna Kasparian's story focuses on the ongoing trend of repeat offenders with mental health issues being arrested and released from prison after a short amount of time, only to reoffend.
Yeah.
Let's watch as Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur unload on the woke left.
It's crazy because that was arrested and they was released to then go on and murder. Of course, anyone will be angry at that. And how can you defend that?
As well as some activist organizations for their roles in putting citizens at risk.
We released them out.
And today we have 3 innocent New Yorkers who's going about their lives were the victim of a terrible, terrible assault. 2 lost their lives. 1 is fighting for her life. It is a clear example of the criminal justice system, mental health system that continues to fail New Yorkers.
Audio's a little bit low on this one.
People have been killed and 1 person is in critical condition in the hospital following a string of stabbings across New York City. Now, the suspect, who is in custody, carried out these unprovoked attacks without speaking a single word to his victims. Now, here's more info
no reason,
on the
just
2
no words, just
men
stab
who
them up.
died as a result of the knife attacks. The first stabbing on West 19th Street killed a 26-year-old construction worker who was standing by his work site near the Hudson River a little before 8.
Imagine that. You're just standing there about to go work. Construction work at that. Tiring stuff. My God. And then you get stabbed to death. 26 with your life. Oh, it's terrible. Who let these people out?
30 a.m. About 2 hours later, and across the island of Manhattan, a 68-year-old man was attacked while fishing in the East River.
Is this by the same person, bro? Where are we? What is this fucking madness? Is this by the same person? Zooty, how you doing, my brother? I hope you're having a good day there. How's it going? Is this by the same person 2 hours later?
Near East 30th Street. So the
Yo, just so you know, that is not my mouse there, yeah? That's his mouse. Okay.
suspect then proceeded to travel
It annoys
north,
me too.
Near the riverfront and stabbed a 36-year-old woman multiple times near the UN headquarters.
Brother, what? 3 people.
Now, she's currently in the hospital in critical condition. Hopefully she will recover, but this is obviously an incredibly tragic story.
For no reason.
Now, luckily, the 51-year-old suspect is in police custody. A cab
51-year-old
driver
geezer.
actually witnessed him in the middle of his third attack, stabbing that young woman multiple times, and he
That's
called
crazy.
the police. The suspect
Crazy.
was found with blood on his clothes, and he had 2 kitchen knives in his possession. Now,
Why?
neither the identity of the attacker or his victims have been released yet, but the suspect, apparently homeless, had been sentenced in a criminal case just a few months ago.
Dumb shits. Dumb shits. Just a few months ago. So this is about Anna Kasparian. She's on Young Turks, and she kind of cooked the left because with their policy they sort of released this criminal who was literally suspect, apparently homeless, and been sentenced to a criminal case just a few months ago, and then they released him, and then he goes out and does this, stabs 3 people. He stabs up 3 people. 2 dead instantly for no reason. Stabs him up for no reason. Stabs him up for no reason and says nothing while stabbing him. 2 men and a woman. Throughout the time of a day. 1 hour, 2 hours apart or whatever. Unbelievable, bro.
The Democratic
But the woman survives. The woman survived. She's in hospital now fighting for her life, apparently so.
Mayor Eric Adams said without giving further details. The suspect lives at the Bellevue Men's Shelter, and he, in fact, had 8 prior arrests and is believed to have...
If you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
severe mental health issues.
Yeah, that's literally it. Like you say there, as he says, because he probably wanted as long as he could get in prison because he's homeless. Yeah, it's like a shelter for him. Anything just to get out. It's cold. I'll even kill people. You know, that's someone who's not stable. And for them to have him in custody, merely a few months prior, is outrageous. Didn't they evaluate? What's the evaluation process there? What's going on there? If they're not being able to pick up on this, you just got to look at a person like that, have an hour with them to understand this person is not stable. What's going on?
So that's what we know about
It seems like a bodge job. They're like cowboys.
the story. Cenk, I was surprised that Eric Adams held a press conference about this because, unfortunately, this is a common occurrence in Los Angeles where our mayor, Karen Bass, doesn't seem to find it to be an issue at all and continues on business as usual with absolutely no solutions, considering some of the deadly stabbings that have happened, especially on public.
Yeah, they caught him with probably now die in prison unless he claims insanity, which they'll probably push for. But still, it don't deflect from the point that she's making of the point that's being spoken about is they was in custody. Why would they release then? Was there no vetting process? What's going on there? You know what I'm saying? That's the issue here. But yeah, definitely, yeah, that's it. It's finished. They arrested him. 51-year-old man. They found him with blood on his clothes and 2 kitchen knives on him. Insanity. Society is slowly failing, and what we call our leaders, they don't give an utter shit, believe you me. For them, it's good. Less the population, easier to control. Well, let them kill us. Let them kill themselves. Go and fuck it. You know, while they hold 99% of the wealth of the world. Crazy.
Public transportation in LA, but it's the same issue again and again and again, right? Individuals who have severe mental health problems, who are neglected, who are allowed to just roam the streets and cause all sorts of, violent acts. They might get, taken into custody for a little while, but then they're just released again, and they have severe mental health issues.
Ridiculous.
They're going to continue doing the same thing unless we respond differently.
Yeah. So I'm curious as to why he was out when he was already sentenced. That's weird. So I'd love to see more details.
Yeah, Cenk, that's always my first question when I hear a story like this too. The person was sentenced. Why are they out of prison already?
Yeah.
And as much as I joke around about Democrats and everything, A, this is obviously not a joking story, and B, like Anna said, I respect Eric Adams for coming out and acknowledging the problem.
What are they doing? What are they doing in California? This is in New York. Well, what are they doing in California? What's a man in California doing if this happens? Not even acknowledging it. What's going on? If they're applauding the fact, oh look, the mayor come out to even acknowledge it, this is great. What the fuck? Is that how low the bar is? What's going on? One day, what's that? MI5 gonna turn up to our doors. We know too much. No, they can come. They can come join in with us. Help us solve this issue, this puzzle.
Importantly, acknowledging the victims and not behaving.
Just be like, open up, MI5, cunt.
Anna mentioned like Karen Bass, who seems to use a tactic that I feel is all too common on the left, which is to ignore problems that everyone's seeing with their own eyes.
Ignore it.
Hope that they go away, and then hope that people memory hold them and don't attribute the problems to the politician or the...
That's evil. That's evil. That's so stupid. And history will hold stuff like that. History will hold stuff like that. Even if the bitch dies, which everyone dies eventually. So eventually when she dies, she'll still be known as that shitter, that ignored. Yeah, she was a mayor, but it would ignore the biggest problems that the people would bring forth. So who are you mayor for? Do you know what I'm saying? You got to question that. Who are you mayor for? If not the people, then who? Oh, your boss, the one who pays you. Okay. What's their agenda then? Let's unravel this puzzle. Screen frozen.
The party. I'm kind of at a loss now because the mental health crisis in our country is very real.
I can see you by the vids. I've paused it.
I don't know that anyone's found
He's paused it as
really
well.
good solution to address it yet, because when you go through a city and you see a lot of homeless, more than you're used to seeing of homeless people
Yeah.
on the street, I think a lot of people's immediate reaction is, oh, they must all be on drugs, which not all of them, but many of them, there's a good possibility that they are. However, drugs is one big piece of the homeless issue, but the other big piece is that mental health. The drug.
Yeah, mental health definitely is one of the, I would say, if not on par with the drugs, a bit more than the drugs. Drugs encompasses alcohol, everything, all the drugs. But when you see homeless people, which you do everywhere, you got to know that that's the issue in society. That's something we've not been able to solve with all of our technology and all of the money and all of this, good spirit that we try to portray. We still haven't been able to solve the issue of people being homeless. It's because we're not fully addressing the mental health crisis that everyone's going through. Oh shit, I thought it was him on the screen speaking. Nah, the guy's paused it. And you see, that's him hovering over the mouse there. This is me. That's him that's hovering there. But yeah. That's it. It's society is not really addressing the mental health issue. And as well, we're going through this, it seems like a war right now where it's like, on all fronts, gender, all of that. But it's like there's a man-woman war where like a woman's mental health is somehow perceived more valuable than a man's mental health. This is what we're seeing in society. And that's why you're seeing a lot of younger men thinking, fuck this, I'm not even going to contribute into this society. I'm not even going to, input myself into this society. You're going to see a lot of that because men's mental health, especially young men's mental health, is not being addressed. It's that same old shit with the man shit. They say to have feelings, but the moment you share your feelings, it's like you're being too rough. You don't share your feelings. Like, shall I share my feelings or shall I not share my feelings? It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of young men and men in general feel that. They got to like just deal with it internally. And that's detrimental to society because there's going to be an outlet. If it's not at home with your family, there's somewhere else there's an outlet. You're going to let that rage out in some way. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And I've noticed that as well a lot. And then they go, oh, but why are young men so angry? Well, bitch, what? What do you mean? Why are young men so angry? Because they're getting ignored. Why else? They're getting ignored and then they're getting shut out of society. Not shut out, but feeling like they can't compete because there is almost no way to compete. All the opportunities are gone. Not how it was, for example, when I was a young man, or say my father when he was a young man. There was opportunity. There was the trades you could get into and all of that. But now it's like, huh? It's like they're stripping that away and then telling you can't really have feelings. But then on the front page of the newspaper, they said to you, oh, you got to share your feelings. But in the fucking alleyways, don't share them fucking feelings. Be a man. Huh? What am I meant to do? So men are feeling disenfranchised.
The drug issue and the mental health issue aren't black or white, meaning that...
and all of that ends up trickling down to stuff like homelessness. I'm not saying it's only men that are feeling this. But I'm saying if you look at homeless people, majority of them are men. But that doesn't even make sense of what I was saying. But I'm saying the mental issue is a crisis. But the majority that I'm seeing that are affected by it a lot are men. It's because of this. That's what I believe. I believe it's because of this society shit that's going on. Societal black bullshit. It is bullshit because it's shutting you out, in a way, making you feel not. And then the women as well. This is like, I'll go on a rant about this, but women as well are expecting things that men will go, oh, fuck that. And then you just see them just check out of society, like, fuck that, I'm not even going to involve I'll stay at home. You know what I mean? Which is sad, because everyone's got a gift.
You can't say, okay, this homeless person's on drugs and this one has mental health problems. I think a lot of times the drugs are a symptom of a larger mental health problem.
100%,
So,
yeah.
while I'm certain there are people that
So there's always, this is always what it is. This is always what the situation is. No one is just born and just picks up a crack pipe and just starts smoking crack. I'm so bored. My life, I'm healthy, I'm young, there's nothing I need. I'm so bored that I'm going to just take crack, and then you end up being a crackhead. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not like that. Everyone has their issues and ways to deal with the world. It's how you conquer it. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. And so they fall into that pit. And when you're in that pit, you need an escape. And so you take the drugs, you drink alcohol, you do anything. And then you become dependent on that crutch. You become dependent on that wheelchair of, you know, drug life. You become dependent on it. And then that's always what the case is. So it's not like, oh, they're just druggies. Well, why are they druggies? This is what society's not asking. It's like, oh, they're just druggies. Look, they wasted their life away. No, but why? What was the reason? We've got to find out. We can't just deny them. You know what I mean? But that's what society's doing. Society's going, oh, they're just pieces of shit anyway. Well, then they're going to go around and stab innocent people and think, fucking, hear our voice. Hear us. How are you going to hear us? We're going to fucking stab people to death then. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So what? It's a madness. And, like, it's something I'm passionate about. Like, mental health. Men's mental health.
end up on the street without a home.
Mental
because
health
they
in
went
general, man.
down a terrible hole of drug use. I think a lot of people with mental challenges are using those very same drugs to escape the awful way they feel all the time, and then
that's always the way.
Obviously becomes a crutch, and then much more than a crutch, and a huge problem.
Yeah,
but that's about as much as I've ascertained
100%.
about the situation.
So I was just saying.
And like I said, I wish I had some wise things to say about this topic. I just don't know what the answer is exactly, and but I certainly pray that all of these people get the help they need, and lawmakers and citizens figure out how to help these people at some point. Let's
gotta figure it out, man.
About that, are there laws that saying that even if you get sentenced, you should be free to go? Because that defies all sense.
Yeah.
But we'll find.
There clearly was an issue in the court system or whatever they decided in that jurisdictional system, whatever the fuck it's called. Something went wrong. Someone was not doing their job correctly, so it's led to this. If they had the arrest of the guy, why is he out on the streets? It's a simple fucking question that we're asking. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. Yeah, that's what I feel, bro. I get all U's ungradable on my GCSEs. Now, all the jobs I know I could 100% do, I can't even dip a toe into because of how fucked the systems are. Yeah, and how that shit is bullshit. The exam shit. Bullshit. Look at the people getting master's degrees. There's people getting master's degrees and they can't fucking find jobs. There's I got a cousin in Morocco, young, bright man, like 23, something like that. Got a master's degree, bro. He was doing it for fucking years in Morocco. An economics master's degree. Geezer can't find a job. And it's like, why? What's this bullshit? What's this scam? And I always, then my mind goes, when I think, oh, what's this scam? Then my mind goes ding, ding, ding. And I remember, oh yeah, you know the group of people or the person who made college, did they go college? Oh no. Oh, so the people that made university, they must have went to university, right? No, of course not. So you catch it out. So this grade bullshit is some bullshit, bro. I'll never fall into that. You'll find work. You got to get the trades. Do the trades. It's stupid. Like, grades shouldn't be the way your life's decided, but nowadays it is, yeah. But, bro, go for the trades. Do a trade. Pick up a trade. You can do that anywhere in the world, bro. Electrician, plumber, whatever. Builder, whatever. Pick up one of them trades and go with it. And then that way, you're dealing with people. You're not dealing with the bullshit. I hate dealing with the bullshit, the machine, the phantom. Fuck that. I deal with a person. You, me, yeah, we're dealing with this, we're doing that. All right, cool. That's how we're going to do it. That's it. Simple as that. Not no, oh, you have a master's degree and bachelor's upon the back, because they're all just literally talking shit.
find out. We don't know enough yet. But this goes to a pattern that we've seen a lot. 8 prior arrests, mental health issues. And so, unfortunately, there's 2 sides here that give, in my opinion, nonsensical answers to it. And the sensible middle is completely ignored.
100%,
right?
yeah.
So why doesn't Karen Bass do a press conference about it? Because the activist left would then yell at her and say that she was attacking the unhoused community.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it's just a madness. That's probably what it is, especially with that Karen Bass or whoever the fuck she is in California. Especially with her, because she took on such a mob of these lefties as her support. She has to please them. She has to please them. So she can't arrest the minority, because then her fans, her supporters would say, you don't care about human life, because they're crazy. They can't see the guy's murdering people. They can't see that. They just see, racism. Bastards. They say they fight in racism, but then everything's about that. Everything's about that. What did Morgan Freeman say about racism? Something like, if you want racism to go away, stop talking about it. I'm with that. I'm with that. The moment you keep reminding, then it's going to stay fucking relevant, stupid. And then it's going to breed extreme people, as there is always extremes on everywhere in life. Everything extreme. You eat too much sugar, you die. Don't know why I use that, but yeah. But you get what I'm saying. It's always going to breed the extreme, which is going to be the anti. Fuck them. I don't care what colour they are. I hate everyone like that. You know what I'm saying? So you get rid of it by not even bringing it into the conversation. You don't say, look at this brilliant young black lady that we're going to bring into the business. No. Say, look at this brilliant woman that we're bringing into the business. Or look at this brilliant girl or lady, whatever. Don't say, look at this brilliant black lesbian woman. What? From that sentence alone, I already know this is going to be a headache.
It's not attacking the unhoused community. It's saying, hey, there's a dangerous person. We can't let them attack other innocent citizens. What did the construction worker do when he showed up to work, an average working man? The woman that was killed, what did she do wrong? She didn't do anything wrong.
No one done nothing wrong.
So she's a victim of injustice. And not injustice even from this guy, because this guy apparently has mental health issues, right? So, but it's an injustice from the system, because we decided, here's a person with mental health issues that has had all these previous arrests. Let's give them freedom. That's not a thing. That doesn't make any sense.
And often it leads to the...
You're going for the army life. Okay. War, yeah? Oh, all right. Do it, brother. It's your life, motherfucker.
Antithesis of freedom, because in this case, I mean, we're talking about someone who killed 2 innocent people, and now will likely...
They're always going to have war, because why? You got to sell these missiles, bitch. We got to sell these weapons.
Be in prison for the rest of his life. So how is it better to allow him to just roam the streets and cause this kind of damage, this kind of harm? You know, like, you talk about the activist left. I actually want to specifically talk about organizations like the ACLU, which, they do good work on other issues, but on the issue of individuals suffering from severe mental illness, they have fought tooth and nail to prevent states, local governments from being able to incapacitate individuals like this.
Well, of everything.
That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thing that's ridiculous. They're doing everything. Why?
They discussed on
I don't get it.
One thing that I know for sure will not help the homeless community, and that is labeling them as the unhoused community. When are they going to...
What does that even mean? What does that even... The unhoused community? They're changing the words of everything. They're changing the meanings of everything. The unhoused community. What? Bro.
Stop doing this. Making up new names for
God.
the ills of our society does nothing to help what's going on.
Yeah.
The same way illegal immigrants is somehow now an insult. And what do they call it? Undocumented persons.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous. We got to stop this, man. We got to stop it for our own sake. This is madness. Fucking hell.
While everything I said about Karen Bass still stands true, I hadn't thought of how city and state leaders always need to take into consideration what response am I going to get from this activist group and this activist group. Will they like it or not like it? How big of a hubbub will they make about it? It doesn't mean that you shouldn't do what's right and shed light on an awful crime like Eric Adams did, but it's just another one of the many times that politics stinks, and every decision you make,
Sellouts.
even if it's black or white, right or wrong, there are always these loud voices, sometimes extreme on either side of the aisle, that politicians have to take into consideration, which in a perfect world, they wouldn't have to worry about doing anything but what's best for the citizens, you know?
Yeah.
And Anna, while she gives credit to the ACLU here, I was completely unaware of the fact that they have a history of fighting really hard to not allow states to incapacitate criminals with...
Yeah, why are they fighting so hard for that? What's that about? They've murdered someone. If you murder someone, I think you should get the death penalty. That's it. You take a life, your life is forfeit. It's forfeit. And if not death sentence, you will die in prison. None of this fake life stuff where you get out in 30 years. No. No, life means life. You're dead. You can die in there. Either that or your life gets taken. That's it. Otherwise, what are we doing here? And then these people fighting tooth and nail to not get these people put in jail. What do you want? Them on the streets to kill people? Is that literally what they want? That's literally what they want. It's like, what the fuck else is it going to lead to? No, we're not going to arrest murderers no more. Fuck that, leave them. They're individuals. They'll come up with some mad term for them. They're all right. They're just murderers. They're misunderstood. Well, what's that going to lead to? Fucking more murders on the streets. I don't get what they're fighting for. It's literally like, you got to stop and hold the walls. What's going on? Stop. I want to get off. This is sick. This is a sick ride. This is sick. This is wrong. Spitting on everyone.
It's obvious mental health issues. In a situation like this, it just seems like they're looking for a cause to get behind. I mean, what does the ACLU want? Do civil liberties to them mean anyone can just do whatever the heck they want to do?
Silly.
I'm sure they have good funding and they obviously have a lot of influence. Think about all the worthwhile causes they could be putting their time and money towards, as opposed to something like this that's not only obviously the wrong way to approach this issue, but it actively hurts law-abiding citizens within the community. Let's get back to the video.
Guy.
You're evil, man. He says, and by death penalty, I mean the screaming bull method or the stretching board. You're evil, man.
Because they think that it's a violation of civil liberties, that if someone has a severe mental illness, the state shouldn't force them to be institutionalized against their will. But if someone has a severe mental illness and is unable to make decisions for themselves, how does it make sense to allow them to just roam the streets and potentially kill people because of their condition?
That makes sense.
That's going to lead to them being in prison for the rest of their lives. How is that better?
How
is that better?
So that
what
goes
does it
to my
mean?
point, that these issues...
It's like, all right, we're going to test your theory out. It's like, is he mad? Is he not? I don't know. Let's let him out on the streets. Huh? You've just arrested him because he's done some dumb shit, but you're going to let him out on the streets. Why? Because he's a bit mentally ill. You don't want to arrest these people. Why? Well, I don't know. We're going to take a gamble. We don't know if he's actually a murderer or not. So, 50-50, let's put him out in the streets. Wait. You can't put him out in the fucking streets because there's innocent people there. He'll kill innocent people. There's a high probability he'll kill innocent people. They'll go, no. There's not a high probability of nothing. Let's put him out in the streets and see. And if he is a murderer, he shall murder, and then we'll put him away for life. It's like no trying to help. It's like just delete. It's like that. It's like not trying to help, not trying to, rehabilitate a person. No, it's not about that. It's not about that. Don't get it twisted. It's never been about that. This is a machine. This is a complex.
These are complicated, and people want to oversimplify them for their own political purposes. So, for example,
like I think I led off with, I'm kind of at a loss on this one because I don't have any answers. I don't have any suggestions. I'd love anyone out there who has an interest in this topic or has an opinion on this topic. I'd love to see a dialogue get going about real answers.
I'll give
to
him a
help
sub.
address
Bring
this
the asteroid.
very real problem that's going on all over the country. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's it for today's video. As always, we really, really appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, that was good. But yes, I think again, it's that mental issue. It's the mental issue, and it's the non like a non-care. It's like almost they don't care. There's no care. There's not that support of love of people and society. It's not there. It's like, oh, fuck off. You're just a druggie. You're just a shitter. You know, you get labelled. But yeah, I think that's the sadness there. But do you know what the ultimate sadness is? The real saddest thing of this whole thing is I gotta go toilet. So give me 1 second. I'll be back.